This is episode 300 of Mindset Matters More, and I am Andy. And today I'm going to give you 300 lessons that I have learned over the past 40-something years. I'm so kidding about that. But I do want to talk about a women's retreat that I went to and some lessons that I learned there that I think you guys can truly benefit from. And the first one that we're doing today, and I'm going to share with you guys over the next couple of days some of the lessons that I've learned. So it's not going to be all in one episode, but, I wanted to kick this off on season number 4, episode 300. Oh my God, I have 300 episodes. That's crazy. Okay. The first lesson, and I think it's really telling, is when you are faced with a challenge, there's really 3 things that you can do. You can endure it, you can flee from it, or you can adjust, you can pivot. And so I want to talk about these and really get to a place where I think on a soul level, you can connect with whatever is going on in your life, whether it's health, wealth, career, family, friends, relationships, love, whatever. Just know that this applies to everything. So the first thing we're going to talk about is fleeing. We talk about fight or flight, but, that's like a survival thing. I'm talking about when something in your life is going on, you just shut down and you're like, no, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. Like, I need to find something else, right? The energetics behind that really has to come from a place of completion rather than running away from. And this is what I mean. When I was in corporate and I was exiting, I knew that I couldn't leave because I was frustrated with the career, that I didn't want to be there. I knew that I had to complete whatever was happening there. And so I prayed and meditated about it a lot. And one day I had the thought, I am no longer of the tech world. I am of the spiritual healing world. I had that thought. And something in me just released, and I gave my notice that day. I didn't come from a place of frustration, anger, because you know what would happen if you exit out of a contract, a soul contract, or just a situation out of anger, resentment, frustration, is you're doomed to repeat that again. You're going to find the same job. You're going to find the same partner. You're going to find the same situation over and over and over and over again until it comes to completion within you. And so, you can leave if that's the right thing to do, but you have to do it from a very specific place. And I've talked about this on the podcast before, but, just know that, that's an option. The second option when you are confronted with a challenge is to endure it. And that, to me, is one of the hardest things to do because you feel like, this is all there is. There's nothing else to life. How am I going to just live like this? And one of the practices that I like to do when I'm in a pattern of enduring is really picturing myself 5 years from now still doing the same thing. And that really kind of knocks me into reality to think, oh, I don't have to endure this thing. Because in 5 years, if I am doing the same thing, I will really hate my life. And it's beyond the just the day to day. It's you're going to wake up one day and look around you and be like, how the hell did I get here? How the hell have I still been living with this pain in my heart? How have I done that? And you know why? It's because you're I just have to endure it one more day, one more time, one more chance. And you don't have to do that. But really getting to that point is thinking in the future, okay? If I'm still enduring this in X amount of time, what is that going to feel like? And hopefully that can inspire some action in you. And the last way, and this applies to actually fleeing or enduring, is evolving, pivoting, changing within yourself. How do you respond to that situation anymore? Like, I have had exes who have given me the late night booty call years later, or they drunk dial me. And, back when I was in active alcoholism, I probably would have picked up. I probably would have said, well, here we go again with this crazy ride. But the reality is that you come to a moment where you're just like, I am no longer this person. I'm getting off this hamster wheel of a cycle. And that's the key to really understanding that you can pivot, is understanding that it's going to come in these cycles, that it's going to come in these waves and these like circular energetic fields where you're just like, oh, okay, this thing happens. This is how I behave. This is what happened. This is the outcome, which triggers that thing to happen again. So then like you go on and on and on and on in this circle. And you have to at some point be like, well, no, I'm not going to do the action that's going to get this outcome anymore. I'm not going to pick up the call. I'm not going to yell anymore. I'm not going to judge anymore. I'm not going to play that game anymore. And you know what's going to happen is, one, you're going to get a brand new outcome. But two, people around you are going to be triggered because they want you on that hamster wheel because it makes them comfortable. But you can't be worried about other people. You got to be worried about your own evolution. You got to be worried about your own comfortability. How are you showing up? How are you living your life? And if you want off that crazy ride, you can't say, well, this person did this to me. This situation happened to me. My parents did this to me. I saw this and this is not right. You got to let go of the stimulus and own what you do. Very much just focus in on, you know what? Okay, this happened and it pissed me off, but I don't have to reply that way anymore. I can remove myself from the situation, because once you do that, that person, well, they're going to keep trying to say that thing again, but eventually that pattern's going to die off. Eventually those people just fall off. Eventually those habits, they die. They just go away. And isn't that what you want, to break free from the crazy cycle? So the evolution has to come from within you. Because if you endure it, you're sitting there, sitting in that wheel. If you flee it, you're just going to go to someone else's wheel. But the evolution within you is going to guarantee you that you never have to experience it ever again. So, yes, you can flee once you've evolved. Yes, you can endure once you've evolved. Once you flee with the evolution in you, you're going to flee to something better. Once you evolve and you are enduring, you're going to change the behaviors of the people around you. Once you stop responding in the way that they think that you need to respond, everybody else's patterns are going to change. Now, is it going to be for the better? No, you might still have to leave. But when you change you change the world around you. When you just say, you know what? Yeah, everybody else is painful and hurtful, but fuck it. I am just so done with it. I'm just going to change me. I'm going to be better for me. Once you get to that point, everything in your life elevates. It's so beautiful to witness. I've seen it time and time again as a coach. But I want to leave you with this. Whatever you choose to do, know that the change comes from within you first. On a deep spiritual level, know that you are the one that needs to change to be able to shift your life. And that radical self-responsibility will take you places. All right, guys, that's it for episode 300. 300. We're starting season 4 now. All right. Love you guys. Bye.